Hi, Richard. I'm Anna. Remember me?
Good evening, Anna. Thank you for exchanging numbers with me yesterday at the matchmaking party.
No problem. I had so much fun listening to your stories.
I'm glad you think that way. It was my first time going to those places, so I'm really thankful that you approached me.
Does that mean you've never dated anyone in your life?
Yes, it's a bit embarrassing.
Oh, don't be. There's no need to feel embarrassed. I hear that system engineers like you are very busy. I bet it's hard to look for someone to date in daily life.
You're right.
By the way, you said that you worked and lived in Manhattan?
Oh, yes, that's right.
My office and mansion is also in Manhattan.
I remember you mentioning that at the matchmaking party.
Manhattan is basically my garden. I know everywhere. I'm the typical city girl in Manhattan. If you're interested in going to delicious restaurants, you can ask me anytime.
Oh, okay, thank you.
But I just changed jobs, so my salary is pretty cheap.
I see. It's hard to make a living here because everything is so expensive.
Definitely. Well, I'm not struggling too much to pay for my food.
Oh, really?
Because guys always pay on dates.
Huh?
Oh, by the way, let's talk in a more casual way. We're the same age anyways.
Are you sure?
You're always welcome to do so.
Okay then, I'll talk to you more casually, Anna.
Okay. So, let me get straight to the point. Do you have any plans this weekend?
Oh, I know, you want to visit that sushi restaurant you were talking about at the party.
Yep, someone else took me there before, but I wanted to go visit again. But it's expensive sushi, so it's kind of hard for me to go alone as a girl.
Do you want me to join you?
Yes, of course.
You want to go there in the evening for dinner?
Yep. Anytime's fine, as long as we're going there.
Okay, I'll text you again after I make a reservation.
Sure thing. I'm waiting.
Hi, Richard.
Auntie, hello.
How was the matchmaking party?
Great, I was able to have a better time than expected.
I see. I'm glad to hear that. It was my first time organizing these things, so I was nervous, actually.
It's part of the new project launched by your company, right?
Yes, we've planned several projects already in the past, but the young employee who was in charge had to quit his job due to family reasons, and I suddenly became the leader. So I was super busy. I'm so glad it's over.
Good work.
By the way, any achievements?
Achievements?
I'm asking you if you met any potential girlfriends.
Oh.
Gosh, you are really bad at these things. You want to get married someday, don't you?
Yeah, if someone's willing to date me, yes.
Then put some effort into making a girlfriend or two. You're almost 29.
One girlfriend is enough for me.
Oh, no, it's just a way to say things.
Oh, okay.
Of course you should never cheat.
Yep, I know that. Oh, right. There was a girl who exchanged numbers with me at the party.
Wow. What is she like?
She's the same age as me, and she works at a company located in Manhattan. Her name's Anna.
Huh? Anna?
Yep. You know her?
It's hard to say. Can you take a look at this photo?
That's Anna. Why do you have a photo of her?
Oh boy, it's really her.
What do you mean?
The male staff of the matchmaking party told me to be careful. She's a red flag.
Red flag?
I guess she found a way to sneak in.
Why is she a red flag?
For example, when she's on a date and when the man wants her to pay half the bill and refuses to pay for her because of the high price, she would pretend to go to the bathroom and run away. She's that kind of person.
Huh?
She's the type who thinks men should always pay on dates. Girls shouldn't have to pay for anything. No way I'm paying half the price. That's how she thinks. And after she runs away, some of her dates were insulted via chat, saying, "I don't need a man who makes me pay half the price."
She's horrible.
Some of them had to pay for her French course meal worth $300 per person.
That means he had to pay $600 total. That's harsh. Looks like there were many victims.
Some were first-timers who she met at a matchmaking party, so that's why the staff warned me. But I never thought my nephew would be targeted.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I'm glad you got to find out beforehand. You should cut relations with someone like her.
No, actually, I have a reservation tonight at an expensive sushi place.
Huh?
If I cancel now, it's gonna be trouble for the restaurant.
Which sushi restaurant is it?
You Sushi.
I know the owner of the restaurant.
Huh? Really?
I'll contact the owner, so you go punish her.
Huh?
A party girl who misunderstands what ladies first means should be busted now so that she won't do anything worse.
Auntie?
Bust her, Richard. Here he comes.
Huh?
Richard? You said you had to answer a call for work and it's been 10 minutes already, but what's taking you so long?
Oh, sorry, Anna. My colleague on the night shift is talking forever.
I hear that system engineers are busy no matter the time.
You're right, I do like my job, but these things happen even out of work hours. Maybe this is the reason I don't have a girlfriend.
I see. Well, it must be a hard job.
And I'm really sorry, but I think it's gonna take me a while. You don't have to worry about me, and you can eat as much as you want.
You sure?
The sushi here is really delicious. I understand that you want to eat a lot.
Then I'll dig in. Richard, how's it going? I've been ordering a lot and I'm having a feast right now.
Oops, sorry. I'm done with my call, but I'm having an upset stomach.
Huh? What's wrong?
I think it's the milk I drank earlier today.
Oh, are you okay?
Well, I'm stuck in the toilet right now. You're here to eat. I'm sorry if I made you feel disgusted.
Oh, it's fine. So, I guess you can't come back for a while? I can't go check on you in the male bathroom.
You can keep eating. Don't worry about me.
Really? Then I'll enjoy my feast. Richard, are you okay? It's been 15 minutes since you went to the bathroom. And apparently our time slot for our reservation is coming to an end. The staff has been rushing me to pay. Can you come back as soon as possible?
Oh, sorry. I'm on my way home in a taxi.
Huh?
My stomach is still not feeling well. The staff who came to the bathroom called me a taxi saying I should leave if I wasn't feeling well. I didn't want the other customers to feel disgusted, so I left from the back door.
Back door?
I thought people might get the wrong idea if a pale guy with a stomachache came out of a sushi restaurant. I asked the staff to tell you all this, didn't they tell you?
They just told me now.
Oh, really? I'm sorry I couldn't tell you directly.
Huh? No way. Wait a minute. How about the payment?
Oh, I already paid for what I ate, so don't worry.
No. I mean my payment.
Huh?
Men should always pay on dates. Don't tell me you're going to make me pay half the price.
Oh, sorry. I don't think I feel good enough to listen to your jokes.
I am not joking.
I'm sorry I couldn't think of an interesting way to reply. I don't think I'm a good match for an extroverted person like you, Anna. Let's stop seeing each other from now on.
I'm not talking about that right now. The payment.
It's hard for me to text in the taxi, so I'm going offline now.
Wait! I'm not kidding! I didn't bring any money with me. I need you to pay for me too. I can't pay $500. I need money.
Anna wasn't able to make her payment. And in return for not calling the police on her, the owner demanded that she wash the dishes and clean to make her payment. And I heard that she was weeping as she worked. A few days later, my colleague told me that Anna was known to be a red flag among a specific group of people. And I can see that she had been messing up pretty bad. I guess I busted her using my aunt's plan. But since then, I stopped seeing her around the neighborhood where she claimed to be active. A few months later, when I thought things finally calmed down, I heard that Anna was arrested for dine and dashing. I still have no idea what she wanted to do.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
My, Lucy. I bet you weren't expecting this, but I just so happened to see you yesterday. You'll have to be more careful from now on.
Excuse me? You saw me yesterday? Doing what?
Oh, come on now, Lucy. Don't play dumb with me. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I saw you and a particular someone else walking through town last night. The two of you looked like you were having so much fun together. You were holding hands and everything. It would have been adorable if it weren't so scandalous. I have to say I'm a bit jealous. You have kids in middle school, but you're still just as active as ever.
Yeah, I'm really not sure at all what you're talking about, Connie.
For real, Lucy. I told you there's no use in hiding it anymore. I know everything. Every last thing.
And what exactly is this everything that you claim to know?
Are you really going to make me say it? Oh, fine, have it your way, I guess. I know for a fact that you're having an affair with Jenny's dad.
What? You mean Tom?
I'll give you full points for audacity, Lucy. Having an affair with the father of one of your child's classmates? I can't even imagine how exhilarating that must be.
Whoa, Connie, back up. What in the world are you talking about? You think that I'm having an affair with Tom? Is this some kind of joke? It's not funny at all.
It's no joke, Lucy, and there's nothing you can say to talk your way out of this. I saw the two of you together with my own eyes. And if you don't believe that, then I've got pictures to back me up.
So you've got pictures? I don't believe you. Let's see them.
Check your DMs on Instagram. I just sent them to you.
These pictures are all from behind.
Yeah, and they're all I need to prove my case. This is you and Tom walking together. It's a fact. I know I've seen you wearing that exact same coat and carrying that exact same bag. Her hairstyle, her body type, everything checks out. The woman in those pictures is you, Lucy.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I do have a similar bag and coat to the woman in these pictures. But it's not me, and I don't know who it could possibly be.
Okay, so you're gonna plead not guilty, are you? Let's see your proof, then. Do you have any proof that you aren't the woman in these pictures? How about an alibi? If you weren't cheating with Tom last night, then what were you doing?
An alibi? What is this, a criminal investigation? I don't know. My husband was working late last night, so he wasn't home. And my son went to bed at 9 p.m. like usual, so I guess I don't really have much of an alibi.
Oh, so you don't have any proof. Looks like that means you are guilty as charged. You're a naughty, naughty girl, Lucy. You're married yourself and you're messing around with a married man? How utterly scandalous.
Connie, you've got the completely wrong idea. That woman is not me. I don't know who she is. I don't know where that is. I don't know what time that was taken. I don't know anything.
Wow, Lucy, you seem awfully desperate to convince me of your innocence. If you were really innocent, then you'd be much more confident in yourself. So I can only take your desperation as a confession. I can't imagine how sad your parents must be to know that they raised an adulterous woman.
I am not an adulterous woman. I have been faithful to my husband. I've never cheated on him, and I never will.
Talk all you want. It's not going to do you any good. I can't unsee what I've seen. And speaking of which, what do you suppose would happen if these pictures got leaked to the public? If someone were to, say, post them on social media, then your neighbors, friends, and family might see them. The other members of the PTA might see them. Oh, goodness, your husband might even see them. Oh, that would not end well for you at all, would it? You'd become a social pariah. You'd lose your family, your friends. You'd have to leave town.
Connie, stop this right now. Are you actually threatening to spread lies about me around town?
Threatening you? Oh, heavens no, Lucy, I would never dream of doing such a thing. I'm just saying that if you don't want your husband to divorce you, then you'll need me to keep my mouth shut about your affair. And if you'd like me to keep my mouth shut, then you're gonna have to convince me.
What are you saying, Connie? Spit it out.
It's going to put so much pressure on me to help you cover up your infidelity, so you'll have to compensate me for my pain and suffering, and that's gonna cost you $50,000.
What? $50,000?
That's a bargain, actually. Think about it this way. If I tell your husband about your affair, he'll divorce you, and then you'll lose his income for the rest of your life. Consider this an investment in your continued prosperity. And I'd really appreciate it if you got me the money as soon as possible. There are a lot of things I'm planning to buy with it.
You have gone completely insane, Connie. I am not having an affair with Tom or with any other man. And even if I were, which I'm not, I definitely don't have $50,000 to pay you off.
Well, you'd better come up with it before too much later, because you've only got two choices: pay up or get caught. Think about your kids, Lucy. Wouldn't they be so sad to lose their mommy?
You don't scare me, Connie. I have nothing to hide from my family. I am not having an affair. So I'm sorry, but your stupid little blackmail scheme isn't going to work on me.
Okay, if that's the way you want to be. I think you're going to regret not doing as I say.
Connie, I am not going to tell you this again. You need to knock this off right now.
Oh? What in the world are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. I know that you're the one behind it. You've been going around telling everyone that I'm having an affair with Tom. Do you have any idea what your lies are doing to my reputation? It's only been a few days since you started your slander spree, and I'm already getting weird glances from people who I used to be friendly with.
Slander? I have no idea what you mean. It can't be slander if it's the truth. All I'm doing is letting people know what kind of person you really are. They deserve to know the truth. They wouldn't want their husbands to be your next targets, would they?
That's all lies, every last word. That makes what you're doing the very definition of slander. And that's not even the worst thing. I just got home a little bit ago, and what do you suppose I found? Someone had painted graffiti all over the front of my house. This stuff is never going to come off. We'll have to get all new siding.
Well, if the shoe fits, as they say. If you don't want people writing, "Lucy is a home-wrecking cheater" on your house, then maybe you shouldn't have become a home-wrecking cheater. I told you, didn't I? You were going to regret not doing what I said. And now you're facing the consequences I warned about. You've still got the same two choices: pay up or get out of town. But I'm afraid inflation is hitting me pretty hard, so the original $50,000 price tag isn't going to cut it anymore. If you act fast, I'll do something about the rumors for the low, low price of $80,000.
I figured you were bluffing earlier, so I just brushed it off as being empty threats, but you actually followed through? You've crossed the line, Connie. I can't believe that you would go and spread awful rumors like that without even doing the bare minimum to check your facts. How badly do you want to go to prison anyway?
Prison? Oh, please.
This is no laughing matter. You want to play rough? I'm game. You thought you could use those stupid pictures taken from behind to prove your case against me, but guess what? I've got some evidence of my own, and it's way more convincing than your pictures.
What are you even talking about? I think all your adultery has scrambled your brain.
Check your DMs, Connie. I just sent you a picture. Take a look.
Okay, so there are two women smiling. Looks like they're at the beach. Who are they, and why did you send me their picture?
Are you saying that you don't know who the woman on the left is? Take another look.
No, I've never seen her before.
It's interesting you would say that, because that is the woman that you saw walking with Tom the other night. And as for who she is, she's Tom's younger sister.
What?
Don't you get it? You claimed without evidence that the pictures you took were of me and Tom having an affair, but it was really just Tom and his younger sister. So, congratulations, you managed to get a snapshot of two siblings going out to dinner to catch up after not seeing each other for a while.
Really, Lucy? Oh, this is getting pathetic. Did you actually think that this stupid little trick was going to work on me? All you did was search for a picture of some women on the internet and then made up a random story about her being Tom's little sister. If you're not careful, I might just have to bump up the price of my silence even more.
You know what your problem is, Connie? You make massive jumps to conclusions based on the thinnest basis imaginable, or even no basis at all. Do you want to know how I know that's Tom's younger sister? Because the person who sent me that picture was none other than Maria, Tom's wife.
What?
2 nights ago, I went over to Tom and Maria's house and showed them the pictures you sent me. I told her what you were accusing me of and asked her who the woman in the picture was, and she told me she was 100% sure that it was Tom's younger sister.
No way. You mean you actually went to their house? But why would you do that?
What other choice did I have? The only way to clear the air and find out what the truth is was to go and ask them directly. I wasn't just going to stay locked up in my house in fear of what you were going to do to me.
Oh, but that's just insane. You actually went to the home of the man you're having an affair with? Who does that?
I don't know. You tell me. I wouldn't know what people who cheat on their spouses do or don't do, considering I've never cheated.
No, I still don't believe you. You could still be making all that up. I mean, does Tom even have a sister? I've never heard anything about that.
Well, that's not surprising, since Tom isn't originally from around here. His sister still lives with their parents in a neighboring state. She goes to college over there. She was in town because a friend of hers was getting married over here, so she was staying with Tom and Maria overnight. And that picture you took of them was when Tom came to pick her up from the wedding after the reception finished. And as for the coat and bag, that's just a pure coincidence. She just so happened to be using the same kind of coat and bag that I usually use. Considering they're from a pretty popular brand, that shouldn't come as too much of a surprise. I also had her ask Tom's sister to send me some pictures of her at the wedding with that coat and bag. I just DM'd you those pictures, so look them over and tell me if you still need more proof. Oh, would you also like to see a video of Tom and Maria sitting together on the couch saying that the woman in the picture is Tom's sister? I've got plenty more evidence where that comes from.
What is with you? Why are you acting like you're some kind of super detective? Like, how could you possibly have gotten all that evidence together in just a few days? Oh, this is absolutely insane.
Oh, would you like to know why I'm acting like a detective? Well, it's simple, really. I am a detective.
What?
A private detective, that is, but a detective nonetheless.
No way.
Surprising, isn't it? I don't really talk to people very much about it, and I suppose I don't seem the type, but it's true. I work for one of the largest private detective agencies in the city. I have a long career of digging up all sorts of information that people, companies, politicians, and more would like to keep under wraps. My specialty is actually looking into whether or not someone's spouse is cheating on them, so yeah, this is kind of my thing. I never expected that one day I'd have to use my skills to prove that I wasn't cheating on my husband, but I think the results speak for themselves. I'm innocent.
This can't be happening. You're actually a private detective?
I sure am. So, Connie, I think we need to have a little talk.
We do? About what?
Oh, you know, the way you saw Tom with another woman from behind and immediately assumed it was me and that I was sleeping with him. And then on top of that, you tried to blackmail me for $50,000. When I refused, you then started spreading untrue rumors about me, damaging my reputation. And finally, you spray-painted Lucy as a home-wrecking cheater on my house and demanded even more money. What are you going to do about all of that?
Well, you see, the thing about that is, I guess I made a little bit of a mistake.
A little bit, is it? And what was your mistake?
Well, I thought that you were having an affair with Tom, and it turns out you weren't. I'm sorry about the confusion. I'll go to everyone I told you were having an affair and correct the record with them. I'll even pay for you to have your house resided. So, do you think we could maybe just sweep this little ugly misunderstanding under the rug? It was an innocent mistake. It could have happened to anyone.
There was nothing innocent about your mistake, Connie, and it wasn't a little misunderstanding either.
Oh, sure it was.
You still don't get it, do you? Blackmail, trespassing, malicious destruction of property, those are all crimes, Connie. And that's before we get into the civil issue of your slanderous allegations.
Crimes? But I never intended to commit any crimes.
I don't care what you intended. The fact of the matter is that you committed multiple criminal and civil offenses against me. I'll be paying a visit to your home tomorrow morning with my lawyer present. Your husband has the day off tomorrow, doesn't he?
Why do you know my husband's schedule? Did you look into him, too?
Of course I did. Oh, and just so you don't go getting any stupid ideas, if you are not in your home tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. sharp, I'm going directly to the police.
The police? Oh, we don't need to involve them, do we? Oh, please, Lucy, I'm begging you. Don't call the police. I'll do anything you ask.
Oh, I'm going to make sure of that. You're going to take responsibility for this, mark my words. I'll see you and your husband tomorrow morning. The next morning, just like I promised, I went over to Connie's house with all of the evidence I'd collected. I showed it to her husband after telling him what his wife had been up to these last few days. He was absolutely mortified and offered me a profuse apology for his wife's actions. He told me that my anger was justified, but for the sake of their children, he asked that I please not involve the police. In exchange, he promised that he would make Connie go around and tell the truth to all the people she spread the rumors to, pay for the damage that Connie did to my house, deliver an in-person apology to Tom and Maria, and that Connie would never bother me again unless there was an emergency. And to her credit, Connie did fulfill her end of the bargain. However, somehow, word got out about how she blackmailed me. After that, she was the one getting funny looks from the neighbors, so they eventually moved to a different neighborhood. It's a shame, really. All of this could have been avoided if she had simply checked her facts. As for me, things mostly quieted down after that. I will say, though, this was quite an experience for me. I've never had to investigate myself for infidelity before, and I hope I never have to do it again.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Fiona, do you have a second? I have something I really need to talk with you about. Oh, hi, Sarah. What are you wanting to talk about? Can you let me come and stay the night tonight? What? I was kicked out of my boyfriend's house just a second ago. What? Wasn't he the man you were getting ready to marry, though? Yeah, that's the one. You were going on and on about how you'd never let him get away from you, though, because he has all that money. Yet now you've been kicked out of his house? What happened there? To tell you the truth, I got pregnant on accident. You're pregnant? So then, what got you kicked out of his place was... That's right. It's not his baby that I'm pregnant with. What the hell do you think you're doing, Sarah? I know that in the past you were a bit of a wild card when it came to men, but you're still up to that crap? Hey, come on now. It's too late for us to be talking about all of that. No, it's not, Sarah. What you've done is going to affect you for the rest of your life now. All right, shut up now and let me come over. Having to be pregnant and walking around in the streets at night is tough for me. Well, just get your butt over here. Can I start to tell Mom and Dad about all of this so that we can figure out what we're going to do with you? What? Oh, you plan to tell them both about this? Well, of course I do. They both need to know. And we're going to have to hear about who the real father of that child you're carrying is, too. It's all such a pain in the ass, though. You're the one that asked for it all. Well, right now I'm heading over to your place. I should be there soon, so have the door open for me. Jeez, just be careful on your way over here. Fiona, you can do this on your way home, but could you buy me some snacks, please? You want me to buy you some snacks? All of the snacks you have in the cupboards here, well, I went and ate them all already. You went and ate all of that which was in there? Some of the symptoms that I've been getting make me feel really hungry all the time and give me an appetite for sweet and salty things. I get that some women have that happen when they're pregnant. Last night you were also going through the fridge and eating random things in there, right? If you start eating too much, it's not going to be good for your health. Just shut up and bring me more snacks. Not happening. I have heard from a lot of people, including medical professionals, that gaining a lot of weight while pregnant is not a good thing. So could you please think about that a bit more while avoiding all that food? What? Oh, you're so stingy. By the way, Sarah, how long do you plan on staying at my house? What? I've been asking you over and over again about who the father of that baby is, but you just keep beating around the bush about it and dodging all my questions. Mom and Dad told you already that if you're not going to talk to me about what happened, they want you to get out of my house and go back to their place, right? They told me that they have your old room all cleaned up and ready for you, so you need to go back there before your belly gets too big and it's hard for you to move around. I'm not going back to the countryside. Listen, Sarah, this isn't just my house that you're living in right now, but also my husband Connor's house. I already feel bad enough that he has to hear about all the drama you've created in the family now getting pregnant like that. But neither of us want you sitting around in this house when you're the one that caused all this drama. Then how about you get out of the house? Excuse me? Here's the thing. Actually, the father of this baby inside me will probably be coming around to talk with you about it. There was just a few things that had to be done first, and that's why I never said anything to you about him. Things that had to be done? I'll go into a lot more detail about all of this later with my baby's father. Well, if you're finally going to open up and talk, that's all that really matters. Now, make sure to bring me those snacks home. Not happening. Sarah, can we talk for a minute? What is it? I'm at the front of the house right now, but my key isn't able to turn the lock to open the door. I wonder if the lock is broken or something. Sarah, you're inside the house right now, correct? I'm sorry to have to ask you to get up, but could you please come and open the door for me? Nope. I can't open that door. Excuse me? Because we went and had the lock changed to a new one, which is why your key no longer works on the front door. What are you going on about right now? I'm not going to let you into this house right now. I can't, that's all. Sarah, are you upset with me because I said I wouldn't be stopping to get you any snacks on my way home from work? I actually don't really care about that anymore. I went out and got some snacks of my own. Then what the hell is this about? Why are you not coming to let me into my own house? The house is both Connor's and mine, and we have been living here together ever since we got married. And to be frank, there is no reason you should be kicking me out of my own house right now when all you do is lay around. I see. You just think that I'm laying around here. Sarah? If you don't stop acting out like that right now, I am actually going to get pissed off, all right? The one that should stop acting like a total idiot is you, actually. Excuse me? Because the one that actually went and changed the lock to this house was Connor himself. Wait, Connor did this? Today, Connor left work earlier than usual after using some of his PTO off to be here. He wanted to be back here before you so that he could prepare to have you kicked out of the house for good. I'm being kicked out of my own house then? We made sure to send all of your things that were here to Mom and Dad's house for you. Oh, and the moving services will charge you once they have everything moved into their house, so please make sure to pay them. What the hell are you saying right now? I literally have no clue what this is all about, Sarah. You still aren't catching on to what I've been hinting at? You should have been wondering why I've been here laying around your house all this time instead of going back to Mom and Dad's place, right? What? Come on already. You are such a dumbass that I can't get anywhere with you anymore, so I'll just go ahead and tell you what's happened. Tell me what's happened. This baby that I've been pregnant with for a bit now's father is your husband, Connor. What? Hold it right there. Why would you say that Connor's the father? Why the hell would he be the father? You're so shocked, aren't you? This is getting entertaining for me now. Not a single thing about what you're doing and saying is entertaining for me, though. Since I'm sure that you won't trust what I'm saying about your own husband being the father of my baby right now, allow me to send you a picture to prove things first. What is this? This is Connor and I on the couch after he came and brought me a bouquet to celebrate 1 year of us being together with one another. 1 year? So what you're saying is that you've been going out with Connor around the same time he and I got married to one another? That's exactly right. So with all of that in mind now, I'm going to be the one giving birth to the person who will take over Connor's company after he retires, so you don't have to bother with him anymore. What? Connor's company? From today onwards, he and I will be treating this house as our earthly paradise, and there is nothing you can do to stop us. Actually, you just being around the house right now is a bother to me, so could you please get lost now? The divorce papers are out in the mailbox for you, so make sure to grab them before you head back to Mom and Dad's house. So you guys even went ahead and prepared the divorce papers? Of course we did. There's even a letter in here from Connor for me. He wrote about how he wants you to divorce him, right? As for myself, I would like to make Connor my husband before I end up giving birth to our baby. So could you please make sure to take those papers to the courthouse as soon as possible for me? I see. All right, then I'm going to take the papers there and drop them off right now. What? Seriously? In about 30 minutes or so, Connor will go back to being a single man again. Hooray! This means that Connor can also be fired now as well, right? What? What exactly do you mean by that? How come you said he could be fired now? Goodbye. Fiona? Fiona? Hey, what's going on here? Okay, what is it? Tell me what the hell Connor being fired from his job is all about. How could the CEO be fired from his own company like that? Huh? You thought that Connor was the CEO of the company? Where did you end up hearing about that from? That company is his father's company, right? And there is no way that he could be fired from his own company when he's the one that runs it all as the CEO now. What are you actually going on about right now? Connor's father was only ever a basic office worker. Huh? Ah, so that's why you were saying something about me not having to worry about who would be taking over the company next, right? What? But Connor said that he's the CEO and was made so after his father stepped down and retired. What? Oh, so he still has the wrong idea then. The wrong idea? I explained things to him so many times, over and over again, yet he still doesn't understand a thing. What are you talking about, Fiona? This company that Connor's been working for, right? Well, it just so happens to be the company our cousin Sam owns right now. Wait, Sam? Sam's been running a company of his own for a while now? Hold on, you never heard anything about this from anyone? I never heard anything at all before about that. This is my first time hearing about it. I think he actually started the company around 7 years ago or so. Then why would something like that lead to Connor thinking that he would become the CEO of the company soon? I'm not really sure where the best place to start explaining all of this to you would be. Well, let's start here. Around half a year before Connor and I got married to one another, his company he'd been working at before ended up having some major layoffs. And after that had happened to him, he was having a really difficult time finding himself a new job. And so I went and spoke with Sam about giving him a job in his company. So he was really only able to start working for Sam because of the connections I made for him. Well, since that day he first started to work for Sam, a lot has happened with Connor. He got this idea in his head that Sam would be single for the rest of his life and never have anyone to give his company to after he left. And so Connor thinks that he will be the next one in line, even though that's far from the truth. Huh? I have really been trying to comprehend whatever Connor's been thinking that's led him to that conclusion. Connor does have a little sister, right? But she's not even working in the same field as him. And since Sam doesn't ever want to get married, Connor thinks that he's never going to have kids, which is true to the best of my knowledge. And that leaves you and I as Sam's only cousins, right? In other words, the only ones who could really be in line next to take over his company would be me. And that crazy man who thinks he's going to be the CEO, even though Sam has never even said anything to him about it at all yet. I'm having a hard time understanding all of this. The reason why Connor had been fired from his last job wasn't even due to the layoffs anyway. He was fired because he couldn't do his job correctly. What? There is no way Sam would ever let Connor, a completely useless man, take over his company after him. What the hell? Well, now that you're aware of all that, and now that I've had to divorce Connor over you and him making a baby together and stealing my house from me, there's no reason for Sam to keep him in his company anymore. It's not like he was a full-time worker for the company anyways. He was only working close to 15 hours a week. So he was part-timing? If he had actually taken his work there seriously, then one day he would have been made into a full-time company employee. No way. I thought he was a way better option than my ex-boyfriend and would have a lot more money for me. Huh? So that's your reason for going and stealing my husband from me? That's right. Had I known the truth, had I been told the truth about Connor, I would have never even bothered with him. That's it. I just have to go and talk with Sam myself and convince him to hire Connor back into his company. Like you, I'm also Sam's cousin, and that means that he'll be happy to listen to all the things I have to say about why I took Connor from you and everything, right? Wait, you really think that's going to happen? Why do you say that? Do you want to know why Sam is most likely never going to be with anyone ever again? 10 years ago, when he was just getting ready to marry his fiancée, he found out that she'd been cheating on him with his friend, who went and stabbed him in the back and took her. Having to listen to someone like you now, who's done something very similar to what his friend did, I don't even think you're going to be able to get in a word off in front of him before he tells you to screw off, right?
No way.
Well, now that I'm divorced from Connor, I have nothing to do with you both anymore. I'm cutting ties to you as well now, so you both actually screw off now and go figure out all your troubles yourself, please.
Wait a second.
There's one last thing. That house you're living in, I just finished having the lease on it canceled.
What? But isn't this place under Connor's name?
At the very beginning it was, but after he was fired from his job and no longer making the money to be able to afford rent, I stepped in and paid it for him, while also putting my name down on the place as the sole tenant. And ever since then, I've been the one paying the rent for it. Seems that even Connor himself forgot such an important thing happened, huh?
The actual hell is going on here?
Now I happen to still have a job to get to. I'm going to turn off my phone now.
Wait a second, Fiona. Early this morning, I went to the courthouse and handed the marriage papers. But I don't need a lousy husband like Connor anymore. I'll give him back to you now, so you do something about all of this. Fiona, please.
While I ignored my sister's desperate pleas, a lot unfolded between her and Connor. After I ended the lease on the house, Connor and Sarah decided to squat there, hoping to stay in the home for longer. They lasted about 2 weeks before the property owner showed up, only to find them barricaded in the bathroom. The owner, frustrated and unable to handle the situation on his own, had to call the police. It took some negotiation with a kind officer who explained that refusing to leave would only make things worse. Before they finally relented, they gathered their things and left. Connor then made the choice to move Sarah to his parents' house, where they would stay indefinitely. Sarah, desperate to escape, wanted a divorce more than anything, but both Connor and his parents refused to let that happen. With no options left, Sarah reached out to me, begging for help. But I had reached my limit and blocked her number. She was trapped, still pregnant with Connor's child, and now confined to his parents' house with no way to escape. The situation only worsened. Sarah wasn't capable of doing basic chores, and after giving birth, her mother-in-law took the baby from her, expressing her hatred for Sarah and her desire to see her gone. Despite all this, Sarah and Connor now spend every day working tirelessly to pay off all their debts and try to move out. They were too busy for their child, but all they could do was keep working, hoping things might improve someday.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hello, how are you doing?
Oh, Bria, I'm doing great. The morning sickness is finally eased up, so I'm feeling much better now.
That's wonderful to hear. You're 6 months along now, right? It won't be long before we get to meet the little one. How exciting!
Yes, it's really exciting. My husband is just as excited. In fact, yesterday he bought a soccer ball for the baby.
Oh, wow, your husband's really getting ahead of things, huh? But I totally get it. I'm looking forward to meeting my nephew, too. I'll be sure to pray for an easy delivery for you.
Thank you so much.
By the way, do you have a minute? I actually wanted to ask you about something.
Oh, what is it? What's on your mind?
Well, I was wondering if you'd like some baby clothes. They're hand-me-downs from my little one.
Wait, what? Hand-me-downs?
Yeah, they're clothes we got as gifts for my first child. But now that the younger one is already in preschool, they've just been sitting around unused. They're still in great condition, so I couldn't bring myself to throw them out, especially since they were gifts. I thought it would be better to give them to you or even to Kylie, since she's also pregnant. I thought maybe you two could use them. I'll send you some photos, and if you like any of them, just let me know. I'll check with Kylie as well before sending them.
I don't need them. Please don't try to push your old things on me.
What?
Hand-me-downs are just that, old, worn-out things, and they're kind of gross. You don't know what's been on them or what they've been through, so it's just unpleasant to me. Please don't try to give me things like that.
But I checked them all. There are no noticeable stains, and they haven't been worn that much. They're still in great condition.
But they're still secondhand, aren't they? I want to dress my baby in brand new clothes, not in someone else's old things. Do you think my baby would be fine in someone else's hand-me-downs?
No, that's not what I meant at all.
I've noticed this about you for a while now. Just because you were the first to get married and have the first grandchild, you look down on me thinking I'm too old to be getting married or pregnant now. That's why you're okay with trying to push your old clothes onto me, isn't it?
That's not how I feel at all. I just thought it might be helpful, that's all. Well, I don't need them. I'm the eldest daughter-in-law, so I'm the one with more status here, you know. I got married while I was still in school, and I don't need handouts from someone who hasn't even had much life experience. If you want to give them away, how about to your brother? He's the type to take anything, even old rags. That's not fair. Kylie is kind and full of energy. She's a really good person. She's probably just not thinking things through. Anyway, I don't want any of your trash. If you want to pass them on, go give them to someone else. I understand. I'll leave you alone then. Sorry for taking up your time. Hey, sorry, is now a good time? Hi. Yeah, I'm good. What's up, Elia? Well, I know you're about 4 months pregnant now, right? I was wondering, if you wouldn't mind, would you like to take some of my baby clothes? They're hand-me-downs, but they're almost all unused because they were gifts for my little one. I haven't really used them, and it feels wasteful to just throw them away. If you're okay with it, of course. Wait, really? You're offering me those? Yes, I'll take them. Absolutely. I'd love to have them. Oh, you'll take them? Oh, I'm so glad. Actually, I asked Chelsea about them earlier, but she said she didn't want any hand-me-downs. I was worried you might feel the same way, but looks like that's not the case. Not at all. I'm more than happy to accept. I've heard babies go through clothes so quickly. They get dirty and need to be changed all the time, so the more clothes, the better. It's honestly such a huge help. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that. I'll send them over without any hesitation then. Honestly, I was planning on sharing them with Ichika, but since Chelsea refused, I'll just share everything with you. I'll try to pick out the nicest ones, but if any don't suit your tastes, feel free to send them back with the shipping paid on your end. Are you sure? Oh, thank you so much, Kylie. I promise I'll take good care of them and make sure to dress my little one in them when they arrive. Thank you. That really makes me happy to hear. I'll get them ready to ship tomorrow. Yay, thank you. I'm so excited. Elliot, wait, hold on a second. What is it, Chelsea? Looks like you've been calling me a lot. What's going on? What the heck is this? What's going on here? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean. The hand-me-downs from the other day. I saw something on Kylie's social media today, and what was that? Baby clothes from Bond Point and all those luxury brands? What's going on? Well, as I mentioned before, those are from a friend of mine. She's been working overseas and was thrilled when my baby was born. She gave me a bunch of baby clothes and toys from high-end brands. The ones I gave Kylie were all from that friend of mine. No way. But those clothes looked brand new. They weren't worn out or full of holes. How is that possible? They must be over 5 years old. Well, this is a bit embarrassing to admit, but they're expensive items, so I kept them aside to use at the right time. But I ended up keeping them so carefully that my baby outgrew them before I could use them. So they're mostly brand new and unused, actually. What? Well, if I'd have known, I would have wanted them too. Why didn't you tell me they were from luxury brands? I'll take anything. Baby clothes, toys, stuffed animals, whatever. Send them to me right now. Well, I already sent them all to Kylie. I don't have anything left here. I don't have anything for you. Huh? Why don't I get anything? That is so unfair. But didn't you say you didn't want any hand-me-downs? You said they were dirty and you didn't want secondhand clothes. You told me not to give you any garbage. But I didn't know they were this nice. If I had known they were brand new and from luxury brands, I would have asked for them. You should have told me sooner. I'll take anything at all. No. I'm still using some of the toys, so I can't give those away either. What? Oh, this is awful. You're favoring your sister-in-law so much. This is the lowest thing you could do. Chelsea, I've been holding back because I didn't want to cause you stress during your pregnancy, but your behavior is just selfish. What did you just say? When I offered the clothes, you said, I don't want them, they're dirty. Now that you know their brand name, you're upset that I didn't give them to you. Your behavior sounds like a child throwing a tantrum. You're an adult, so you should know that kind of behavior doesn't work. Well, if I had known from the start that they were brand name, I wouldn't have said that. So what should I have done? Should I have asked you, hey, these are brand name, is that okay? Wouldn't that have sounded condescending? Well, I guess. Enough, I'm done here. I'm a young wife with little social experience, and I don't have the patience to deal with your selfish, rude attitude. I don't have anything to give you, whether it's brand name or not. If you want something, go buy it yourself. You're the eldest daughter-in-law, so don't come asking me for handouts. Goodbye.
Wait, I'm sorry. I really am. I shouldn't have said all that. I didn't mean it, really. I've just been feeling down, and I was so envious of you, your youth, and how you're having a baby. I felt so miserable about myself being older and still having a baby. And with the pregnancy blues, I ended up taking it all out on you.
Pregnancy blues are tough, but that doesn't give you the right to disrespect your sister-in-law or throw hurtful words at me. Talking badly about Kylie? I'm genuinely upset with you right now. I don't want to see your face again.
But...
For now, we'll keep our interactions to a minimum. We'll stay polite, but distant. I won't be contacting you unless absolutely necessary, at least until I'm ready to let this go. Do you understand?
I'm so sorry, Elia. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to be like this.
The apology is unnecessary. Goodbye, Chelsea. After everything had unfolded, I received multiple apology messages from Chelsea, each one more filled with excuses than the last. I could tell immediately that her words lacked sincerity. They were nothing more than justifications, attempts to shift the blame away from her. After the third or fourth message, I had had enough. I turned off the notifications and just left them there, unread, to gather dust. The messages kept coming, but I wasn't interested. At that point, I figured there was no need to engage. I had already made my decision. Until the baby arrived, I would keep things on the back burner and ignore any further attempts at negotiation or explanation. I didn't need to respond to every message, especially when they weren't getting to the heart of the matter. I wanted to focus on what really mattered at the time, which was preparing for the arrival of my child and dealing with the reality of the situation in a way that didn't involve Chelsea's apologies. I thought that would be the end of it. I assumed that after a few weeks things would calm down and I wouldn't hear from her again. But to my surprise, the very next day, Chelsea showed up at my door. And not alone, she was with my brother. They stood there together. As soon as I saw them, I knew something was different. Chelsea was visibly upset, and my brother had this look of regret on his face. Chelsea started talking almost immediately, her voice shaking. I could barely make out the words at first, but eventually it became clear. She was apologizing, genuinely apologizing, and this time with tears in her eyes. She kept saying how sorry she was and that she had realized the extent of her mistake. I could see that she was remorseful, though I didn't know if it was because of the consequences or because she genuinely felt bad for her actions. Either way, the fact that she was there, in person, speaking directly to me, showed that she had taken some responsibility for what had happened. As Chelsea spoke, my brother didn't say much. He just stood there quietly, looking somewhat ashamed. It seemed that he had already been through this with their parents. From what I gathered, my brother had told their parents everything that had happened. He had been the one to explain the full extent of the situation to them, and unsurprisingly, their parents had been upset. I could only imagine how angry they must have been, especially considering that Chelsea was their daughter. But in a way, I was glad that my brother had taken that step, that he had been open with his parents. It wasn't easy, but it seemed like the right thing to do. Watching Chelsea stand there, reduced to tears and full of regret, had an odd effect on me. My initial anger, which had felt so strong just days before, started to dissipate. It wasn't that I had forgiven her completely, it wasn't that simple. But seeing her vulnerable like that made me think about things from a different perspective. She had made a huge mistake, and she had hurt me, but she was human. She was flawed. And maybe, just maybe, she was beginning to understand the gravity of her actions. As much as I wanted to hold on to my anger, I couldn't ignore the fact that no real harm had been done. Yes, her words had been hurtful, and yes, she had crossed a line. But in the end, there had been no lasting damage. The things she had said weren't easy to forget, but they weren't impossible to move past. There was no reason to create a rift between myself and my brother and his family over this. He and his wife were good people, and I didn't want to let a single mistake on Chelsea's part tear our relationship apart. I told her that if she was truly sorry, then I would accept her apology, but I also made it very clear that this was the one and only time I would tolerate something like this. I wasn't going to let her off the hook entirely, but I also didn't want to punish her indefinitely. I simply needed to know that she understood the weight of what had happened. She needed to know that if something like this ever happened again, there would be no second chances. Next time, there won't be one, I said firmly, looking directly at her, making sure she understood the gravity of my words. I wanted her to know that this wasn't something I could just brush off. It had hurt, and it had shaken me in ways I wasn't ready to admit, but I wasn't going to let it destroy my relationship with my brother or my family. To her credit, Chelsea nodded, wiping away her tears. She said she understood and promised that nothing like this would ever happen again. I wasn't sure if she truly understood what she was agreeing to, but I had to trust her words for the time being. I wasn't in the habit of holding grudges, and I didn't want to carry that weight any more than I had to. The tension in the room slowly started to lift, and it felt like we had reached a turning point. It wasn't perfect, but it was a step in the right direction. Months went by and life moved on. Chelsea and Kylie both had healthy babies, and I became an aunt, something I had been looking forward to for a long time. I couldn't deny the joy that came with welcoming these new little lives into the world. I was grateful for the chance to be a part of their lives, to shower them with love and affection, and to be the kind of aunt I had always hoped to be. Chelsea and I didn't talk about what happened much after that. There was no need to. We both knew the history, and we both knew the consequences of our actions. But the fact that things had settled down was enough. It was enough that we could all move forward without holding on to past mistakes. The entire situation had changed us, in some ways for the better. We had learned how to apologize, how to forgive, and how to accept the reality of our actions. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. And as the time passed, the whole hand-me-down incident became nothing more than a funny story we laughed about during family gatherings. What had once been a source of frustration and anger now felt like just another chapter in the ongoing story of our lives. It was no longer something that weighs us down. It was something we could all look back on and laugh about, a reminder of how far we had come. Now life had returned to normal, quiet, peaceful, and filled with moments of joy. The lessons we had learned from that experience had stayed with us, and I was grateful for the way things had worked out in the end. But even more than that, I was grateful for the way it had brought our family closer together. It had been a test of patience, forgiveness, and understanding. But we had come through it stronger, and now with the babies in the picture, everything seemed to have a renewed sense of purpose. We were no longer just dealing with the weight of old mistakes. We were focused on building something positive together. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Janelle, pick up. Pick up the phone right now.
Mom, I'm on the train. What is it?
Don't tell me you're still seeing that man.
Huh?
That Duke guy, the one who barely finished middle school. I saw you walking around with him like everything's fine. Didn't I tell you to break it off with him immediately? A man with no education like that has no place in this family.
Are we really doing this again? Why do you always make everything about education?
Because education is everything, that's why. He might be cute, sure, I'll give you that. But that's all he's got, a pretty face and no future. I can't believe you're being this foolish. Break up with him already.
Mom, seriously, did you forget?
Forget what?
I told you if you couldn't accept me marrying Duke, I was cutting ties with you. And by the way, we already registered our marriage.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
I already told you this. I reported it to you. Did that just slip your mind?
Divorce him right now.
What?
I'm in the middle of arranging a marriage meeting for you.
I'm sorry, what now?
Honestly, you've always been so selfish ever since you were a child.
And you haven't?
The only time you actually listened to me was when you finished college.
I didn't go to college because of you. The school you were so desperate for me to attend just happened to be my first choice, that's all. Let's not pretend you even knew what faculties that university had. You just picked it based on prestige and name recognition. It was laughable.
Well, in the end, you did go, didn't you? So that means you followed my guidance.
What kind of logic is that?
But this is where your selfish little rebellion ends. I will not stand by and let you ruin your future. You are going to divorce that man and marry Matt.
Matt? Wait, you mean the guy 3 doors down? The one in that huge house?
Exactly, your childhood friend, that Matt. Sure, Matt and I were close growing up, but that was just as friends. Maybe before, but who knows what could happen now? Besides, the whole reason I made sure you went to university was so you could eventually marry into that family. Excuse me? What does going to college have to do with marrying Matt? You need a certain level of refinement if you're going to marry into a good household. That's why I insisted you get your degree. You're seriously not making any sense. And anyway, Matt doesn't see me that way. He never has. That can change. You just need to try harder. That's why we're starting with the marriage meeting. This isn't just absurd. It's on another level. Enough backtalk. I don't want to hear another word in defense of that undereducated man you married. You are going to divorce him. Do you hear me?
Hey, Janelle, long time no see. You got a minute?
Matt? Wow, yeah, it has been a while. Wait, is this about my mom? She's been on and on about some arranged marriage thing. Oh, let me guess, she dragged you into it?
Yeah, I figured she might have mentioned it to you. Sounds like you already know the deal.
Ugh, I'm so sorry. She's being a total menace, isn't she?
Honestly, yeah, if I'm being blunt, she's been a huge headache. Mostly for my mom, actually. Every time they run into each other, your mom starts pressuring her, demanding we lock in a date for this supposed marriage meeting.
That sounds exactly like her.
And get this, when I told her I'm already seeing someone, you know what she said? Oh my, Matt went and found himself a girlfriend on his own? Like it was some kind of betrayal.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. Then she added, well, we'll just have to suffer through it, won't we? But I still fully intend to make us family. No matter what it takes, our kids must marry each other so we can be related. That was word for word.
My God. Okay, now I have a headache. I'm really sorry, Matt. She's impossible.
Don't worry, I get it. You're the one stuck with her for 25 years. I'm just getting a glimpse now, and I already want to disappear. Honestly, my parents keep saying they're amazed you didn't turn out just like her. They actually admire you for that.
Yeah, I owe that to my dad, honestly. He was the more balanced one. Though once I got my first job and moved out, he finally divorced her. Guess even he had a limit.
Yeah, I remember. That was the talk of the neighborhood for a while.
Honestly, the divorce was a blessing in disguise. With all the chaos, I managed to sneak out of that house without much resistance.
You still talk to your dad?
All the time. He and Duke actually get along really well.
Glad to hear that. Seriously, that's good to know.
Anyway, don't feel like you have to entertain any of this arranged marriage nonsense. Just ignore her. You've got your own wedding coming up, and once that happens, well, maybe she'll finally give up. Though knowing her, probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on her letting go that easily.
God, even though I'm her daughter, I still feel like I should apologize on her behalf. If I just told her what Duke actually does for a living, maybe she'd shift her focus. But honestly, I'm not ready to deal with that fallout either.
Don't stress about it. We've all decided not to engage. My parents and I are on the same page. We're just brushing her off whenever she brings it up.
Thanks, Matt, really. And I'm sorry you're stuck in the middle of this. But if anything gets worse or she crosses the line, let me know. I'll handle it.
I appreciate that. Anyway, I'll let you get back to your day.
All right, talk soon. Take care. Janelle, great news! The wedding date is set! Wait, what? Mom, what wedding? Matt's, of course! First Sunday of next month. Isn't that just perfect? What are you talking about? Don't be silly. Your wedding with Matt. Isn't this exciting? Everything's falling into place just like it was meant to. Hold on. You can't be serious. Why wouldn't I be? It's already been a month. I figured you and that dropout have split by now, right? But I never imagined you and Matt would skip the engagement process and just jump straight into the ceremony. Honestly, I'm impressed. Leave it to the rich to move quickly. Are you even listening to yourself? I haven't divorced Duke. And Matt, he's engaged to someone else. What? Yeah, shocking, isn't it? Wait, hold on. Janelle? No, enough. Seriously, just stop. But do you have any idea what people in the neighborhood say about you? They call you things like the delusion engine, that deranged rumor mill with legs, walking disaster of convenience. And you know what? I don't even blame them anymore. Excuse me? You've caused trouble everywhere. You nearly got sued for defamation because you couldn't keep your mouth shut in a mom's group. You embarrassed yourself and me at your part-time job so badly they had to file for damages. And that's just this year. Do you know how many times Dad and I had to apologize for you? How many times we've been humiliated cleaning up the wreckage you leave behind? You were just being thoughtless, as usual. You never think about the people you steamroll, and now you're dragging Matt's family into your little fantasy? Are you really that shameless? I just wanted what was best for you. No, you wanted what you think looks good. You don't see me. You see a doll you can dress up and marry off like some social trophy. Even after Dad left, even after everything, you still haven't changed. Wait, you're saying you're not marrying Matt? Of course I'm not. He's engaged to someone else. You knew that. He told you straight to your face, and you still spun your own version of the truth because reality didn't suit you. Oh, that's not true. Matt said his parents were troubled by his decision. Matt's parents are thrilled for him. They like his fiancée. They've welcomed her into the family already. The only one who's troubled is you, because the story isn't going the way you wrote it in your head. But this isn't how it was supposed to go. No, it's not, because you don't get to plan other people's lives. Not Matt's, not mine, not anymore. You're really staying with that man, that Duke? Yes. And you know what? He's kind, he's grounded, and unlike you, he actually listens when I speak. He's not some cardboard cutout from a list of social checkboxes. He doesn't even have a degree. And you don't have a clue what respect looks like. Which one do you think matters more to me? You're making a mistake. Maybe I am, but it's my mistake to make. So stop trying to live your second life through me. Stop rewriting other people's choices to suit your fantasies. And please, stop humiliating yourself and dragging innocent people down with you. Janelle! Matt is not your son-in-law, and he never will be. So if you still have any shred of dignity left, do us both a favor. Drop it, before you ruin any more relationships than you already have. Janelle, you won't believe what I just saw. Let me guess, something else you completely misunderstood? That dropout! He was in a Hollywood movie! And not just any movie, he was playing the son of the Duke Matsura! What the hell is going on? Oh, so you finally noticed. Oh, don't play smug with me. What is going on? Duke is a Hollywood actor. Surprise. What? Yeah, his stage name is Duke Davis. He's a rising star in the same agency as your precious Matsu. Wait, what? Wow, even now you're only interested because it connects to your favorite celebrity. Typical. But he's a dropout. How is someone without a high school diploma working alongside Matsu? It's more common than you think. A lot of young actors drop out when their careers take off in their teens. He's been working nonstop since he was 17. There was literally no time for school. I see. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Because I knew you'd act like this. It was easier to let you stew in your elitist assumptions than give you more reasons to manipulate people. So you're saying my son-in-law is Matsu's junior? Oh my God. Oh, that means... Wait, does that mean I might actually meet him? Absolutely not. Why not? Because in case you somehow missed the memo, you're the problem. You crashed Matt's wedding yesterday. Well, yes, I did, but only because I thought it was outrageous to let him marry someone else when you should have been the bride.
Matt has never been my fiancé. You convinced yourself of that. And because of your delusion, you ruined someone's real wedding and traumatized two families in the process.
But if Duke's connected to Matsu, then I suppose your marriage is acceptable after all. Yes, I can support it now. So when do I get to meet him? Maybe you can arrange a dinner with Matsu?
You really haven't learned a damn thing, have you?
What?
You're about to be served. Matt's family is pursuing legal action for emotional damages and disruption of a private event. You'll be paying actual compensation this time. There's no more shielding you. Not from Dad, not from me.
Wait, what?
For years, Dad and I cleaned up after you, apologizing to neighbors, your coworkers, random strangers who made the mistake of talking to you for more than 3 seconds. But that ends now. You caused this mess, you clean it up.
Janelle, wait, don't be like this. What about Matsu?
You'll never meet him. Let it go.
But why?
Because it's impossible. Literally, physically, logistically.
What does that mean?
He's based in Hollywood full-time, and guess what? Duke is following in his footsteps. We moved 10 days ago.
Moved? Where?
We're in the UK now.
The UK?
Yep, Dad's been promoted. He's the branch manager for his company's London division now. And Duke and I flew out with him after a small family send-off. Just the 3 of us. Dinner in LA before the flight, then gone.
You left without saying anything?
You would have made a scene. It was the only way.
Fine, then I'll come there too.
Don't even think about it.
What?
You're not welcome. You won't get our address, you won't get our phone numbers, and even if you show up, you'll be turned away.
Janelle, don't do this. I'm your mother.
That doesn't give you a free pass to destroy people. You don't get to manipulate my life anymore.
You can't mean that.
I do mean it. I've given you more chances than you deserved, but this was the final straw.
Oh, please don't cut me off.
It's done. We're done. From this moment on, we're no longer family. Goodbye. My mother, in the end, never realized what had happened. But as for my husband Duke, he was actually a classmate of mine from middle school. We were both in the same drama club, and back then, Duke's debut as an actor became quite the topic of conversation in our town. He had caught the attention of many, and it was a big deal at the time. But my mother, who had no interest in any celebrities except for Matsu, had no clue about it. Even though Duke had achieved some local fame, she simply never took notice, and here we are, many years later, with her still being completely oblivious. It wasn't until later that the reality of the situation hit. Matt, who had become involved in everything, ended up sending a claim for damages and compensation to my mother. At first, she was completely unaware of how serious things had become. She was still living in the world of denial, clinging to the illusion that everything would somehow work itself out. But when the lawyer appeared, things took a dramatic turn. Suddenly, my mother understood that she had no one left to turn to, and that there was no one to protect her or offer any real support. It was at that moment that the gravity of the situation hit her. She finally understood the reality of her circumstances, the things I had tried to warn her about, the consequences of her actions. The web of lies that had been spun all came crashing down on her. She was horrified. She had ignored everything I had said, dismissed it as me being overly dramatic, but now, seeing the lawyer's formal documents and understanding the magnitude of the legal claims against her, she finally realized the truth. It was too much for her to bear, and she apparently dropped to her knees in an attempt to beg for forgiveness, terrified and frantic. But by the time that happened, it was already too late. There was no turning back. The damage had been done, and no apology could undo the mess she had created. In a desperate attempt to resolve everything, she rushed to take out a loan to pay the lump sum of the compensation. She thought that paying off the debt and covering the damages would bring her peace of mind, but the relief was fleeting. After she made the payment, thinking everything was settled, the weight of her actions still hung over her. It wasn't long before her situation got even worse. The loan she took out turned out to be with a loan shark. She hadn't bothered to do proper research, had not questioned where the money was coming from or who was providing it, and as a result, she ended up entangled with dangerous people. It's hard to even imagine what that must have been like for her. The fear of owing money to people who didn't operate within the law, people who had no mercy. One day, out of the blue, my mother disappeared, just like that. She was gone, and no one knew where she went. It was like she had simply vanished into thin air. The loan shark, the money, the bills, everything had caught up with her. I tried to find her, tried to piece together what had happened, but all I got were dead ends. People who knew her, or thought they knew her, were left with nothing but uncertainty. No one knew where she had gone or even if she was safe.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.